Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Big Frig Thunderstruck Super Series, and you're watching the Killing Time Tour Mod Division. Glad to have everybody out tonight, getting ready for a lot of fun here at Five Flags, or as I'm going to call it, Five Lights. As man, some parts of the track are really dark, but man, ready to go, man. This series has really ramped up this season. It's been a real man, it's been a lot of fun. It's been exciting. There's been a lot of competition. Guys are driving hard for every inch on the track, and it shows. Last week, it seemed like every 30 laps was a brand new top five. Every time we had a caution, but Michael Steffen able to come away with the win at Martinsville. That's a big win if you're a short track guy. Martinsville is a place where you want to get a win, and Michael Steffen able to get his first win of the season and take home that victory. We saw a lot of changes in the point standings. Josh Oswald was poised to maybe take a commanding lead. Ended up in some trouble late, actually spun in front of the field. Comes back and finishes in 11th, but definitely not what he was hoping for. And A.J. Rogers able to come home in second place, so another great points day for him. So it's getting down to the nitty gritty here as we're getting ready to finish out this season. I mean, I feel like it's gone by so fast. Only 4 races left. And right now, A.J. Rogers sitting atop the point standings with Josh Oswald only 8 points back. So the top two, very, very close in the standings, and still a good amount of racing left to go. But getting ready to get this first little heat going. Got a lot of drivers here tonight, so we're gonna have 10 drivers in the little B main here as we go ahead and pull up the grid. George Fernandez on the front row here. Josh Oswald in second. Logan Sturgeon third. Charlie Gates fourth. Chuck Phelps, 5th. Phil Hitman Monzo, 6th. Jason Lottridge, 7th. Gene Watkinson, 8th. Ray Page, 9th. Aaron Johnson, 10th. So top 5 will transfer over into the feature. Yeah, so we've got a little 20-lap heat race to get through here. But there's a lot of drivers here I expect to see in the feature race. So interesting to see how this is going to play out. As always, want to thank Big Frig and Killing Time for being a part of this series. Always great to have good sponsors. Something to represent your league. Big Frig, Killing Time, definitely the two. You're going to notice it's going to be a little bit dark. Like I said earlier, not a lot of lights, as there's some definite dark spots here. So you'll see it be a little bit different depending on where they are on the track. As you see, they head sort of into a dark area as the lights in the track there's only about 5 of them. So. Good way to set yourself up for a main victory is get one here in the B main, transfer yourself over. And that's what George Fernandez, Josh Oswald, Logan Sturgeon, Charlie Gates looking to do. As green flag is out, George Fernandez doesn't really get a great start there, and Josh Oswald going to be able to get to that outside. Can he hold it? Oh, and George Fernandez is going to get loose. Oh, and there's a little bit of bumper cars there between Logan Sturgeon and Charlie Gates Jr. But man, a massive battle right here between Jason Lottridge, Ray Page, Aaron Johnson starting in the back. Oh, as Jason Lottridge gets sideways, and Aaron Johnson hits the wall trying to avoid him and gets Mean Gene Watkinson as well. As Mean Gene is smoking. He's going to have to come in and get that fast repair. So we're under our first caution on lap 2. Josh Oswald takes the lead away from George Fernandez and sort of have a miss back here as we saw Jason Lottridge get a little bit loose. Go down to the corner, he gets loose on the straightaway, then gets loose right in front of Aaron, and when he gets on the brake, just right in front of Gene. Poor Gene had nowhere to go. And they both take a tow, so they are sitting in pit road now. Not a good way to start this out, especially if you're trying to make it into that main race. It looks like Phil Hitman Monto's on pit road. Not really sure what for. Like he may have had some damage or something. Not enough time to really get any fuel. Can't make any tire changes. So comes down pit road. Nonetheless, man, I can't wait to get this main going. These guys put on a show every single week. Man, it's a lot of fun. Lots of really cool people, a lot of personalities that I think really fit in short track racing. A lot of guys that I've been glad to get to know this season too. All right. Hopefully we get the one to green this time, but it's been a really, really long caution. But Josh Oswald in the 17 out front. Logan Surgeon in the 26. Kind of hard to see his paint scheme, but sort of a chrome scheme that at Five Flags, it just doesn't show up very well. Not a lot of good lighting. George Fernandez started on the pole, but drops back to third place. Charlie Gates Jr. in fourth. Chuck Phelps in fifth. Ray Page in 6th, Jason Lottridge in 7th, Bill Hitman Monzo 8th, he is 1 lap down, and Aaron Johnson 4 laps down, and Jim Martinson brings up 10th as he is still sitting on pit road. Pace car is off. Josh Oswald going to have control of the restart. He takes a nice early jump. Going to get a nice lead here as the battle for third and fourth is underway. Got a little bump there from Chuck Phelps on Jason Lottridge. Chuck able to hold it together. So right now, Ray Page currently sits in the transfer spot. That 21 car that's behind him is Aaron Johnson, who is 4 laps down. So far, Ray Page in a good spot. And Aaron Johnson to the inside. And George Fernandez gets into Charlie Gates, and they keep it together so far, but Charlie Gates just, I don't know if he's spun out or had some sort of damage, but he kept coming down the track, and Chuck Phelps involved in that. Back in the lap and see that kind of materialize. Looks like Charlie Gates gets on the gas off the top side there, and the car just kind of looped around, and fortunately for Chuck, nowhere to go. And we are under our second caution. This is going to end under caution, it seems like, as there's about 30 laps that they run under caution before we go back green. Maybe they will lower the caution laps, maybe, but if not, we may only have about 3 laps to go when this thing gets back going green. after that incident, Charlie Gates now sits in the transfer spot. Of course, he was involved in that incident, but able to hang on to that 5th spot. He's going to have to fight hard to keep Chuck Pegleg Phelps out of the feature race. As lights are still on the pace car, so we'll keep pacing. There they go. Now they're off. Going to get ready to get this thing rolling. Hopefully we'll see some green flag racing. And, I would imagine it's probably a good indication of how racing is going to go tonight. Cars seem to be pretty loose. You can't get enough green flag laps to get some heat in those tires. Sort of in a perpetual loose situation with the tires being cold. Josh Oswald going to get a great jump. Ray Page actually gets a nice jump on Logan Surgeon for 3rd place. And, man, he's going to take over that 2nd place position in the Big Frig 41 machine as he is able to clear Logan Surgeon. And now Logan is under fire from Jason Lottridge. Man, they are fanning out all over the place. Jason going around Logan on the outside. Man, what a strong move in that pitbox.io 48 machine as he is still working that outside. Hopefully they can keep this going side by side, wheel to wheel racing, man. This is awesome. Hey, look at Lottridge. Man, he is getting with it on that high side. Hopefully that is a trend that we see later on as anytime and white flag is out, anytime the high line works, man, that makes for some great racing as they are side by side. Who is going to take home 5th place? Oh, Charlie Gates going to spin. As the race is over, Josh Oswald is your B-main winner, so congratulations to him. And looks like George Fernandez will make it into the show. So starts on the pole, has a little bit of an incident, but man, able to fight back and get that 5th place and transfer into the feature. Unfortunately, everybody else will be going home, but man, a fun little race there. Not a whole lot of laps, but exciting finish. All righty, well, we got a little bit of warm up. And I'll tell you what, if we can maybe grab a couple guys and talk to them if they're in here. But the ones I want to talk to are not in here. So we'll just let's see. Let's try to find somebody who wants to talk. Let's talk to last week's winner, Mike Steffen. Hey, Mike, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, yes, sir.
Hey, man. Well, congratulations on the win last week in Martinsville. That's a huge victory. Tonight, going to try to get a win at 5 Flags. What do you got to do, man, to get up there and take this victory? Get two in a row.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Stay out of trouble, number one. Tight, quick track, one of the best on the service, but stay out of trouble. A lot of fast guys here tonight, and keep the car in one piece. We'll see where we're at, with 20, 25 to go. That's the goal.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Thanks for talking to me.
Welcome. Thanks, Eddie.
And I say thanks for talking to me, but I don't think he had an option. I just yanked him up in here and started talking to him. But, yeah, I mean, some really cool names in here. Lots of names that are kind of new to me. They may have run. I know Will Dravicki was in the race last week. Ran up front a little bit late there. See Dylan Bates. Let's see Dale Mears. That's a familiar name, but I can't really place it. But first time that I've seen that driver. Yeah, so some new faces in here tonight. Some faces that have been around for just a couple races. But man, I tell you what, this is going to be a fun little show here as we go ahead and get through the grid. See if our ticker is going to work. Yes, it does. All right. All right, Kyle Martinson with your pole. Rick Rube starting second. AJ Rogers starting third. Eric Tracy starting fourth. Dale Mears starting fifth. Dylan Bates starting sixth. Starting seventh, Mike Hasty. Starting eighth, Daniel Pope the second. Starting ninth, Will Dravicki. Starting 10th, Sam Wetstein, the Sweatstein. Starting 11th, Jason Warren. Starting 12th, Mike Steffen, last week's winner. 13th, Brandon Meyer. And 14th, Tyler Rice. 15th, Thomas Capuano. 16th, Josh Oswald. 17th, Ray Page. 18th, Jason Lottridge. 19th, Logan Sturgeon. And 20th, George Fernandez. As we get this thing rolling, I'm expecting a lot out of these guys tonight. We heard it from Mike Steffen that this is what he considers one of the best tracks on the surface. Or service. Good Lord. Caffeine is not hitting me just right tonight, so man, I'm looking forward to some good side-by-side racing. As always, open setup, so these guys are able to make any changes they want to do. One set of tires. You're not ever going to see too many guys coming down pit road unless they come to get their one fast repair that I would imagine likely quite a few people are going to use tonight. As man, I'll tell you what, you look back through the field, first place is Kyle Martinson. Not a surprise there. Really, really extremely fast driver. And all the way in the back, Logan Sturgeon, a extremely good driver. So from top to bottom, just straight up talent. So this is going to be a exciting race as Kyle is going to lead us down to the green flag. Green flag is out. And getting ready to knock out 125 laps here at Five Flags. So far, so good. They're fanning out all over the place. The word that I saw is stay out of trouble. A little bit of patience. We'll see who has got that, as Brandon Meyer is already spun here as caution is out on lap 2, as it looks like he may have gotten a little help there. Let's see what happened. On the inside of Tyler Rice, goes down to the corner and actually just gets loose on entry. And, well, I don't know what the heck's going on here. iRacing crashes. That's a good start. We'll be right back as we try to get this thing back going. All right, a little bit of technical difficulties. We're about to get back into iRacing. Not really sure what happened. Just completely froze up on me. And But we are back rolling. Should show up in just a second. There we are. Kyle Martinson in the lead with A.J. Rogers in second place. Eric Tracy in third. Rick Rube fourth. Mike Hasty fifth. So sorry about that. Not really sure. Haven't had an iRacing crash in a really long time. So interesting what happened there. But we're back rolling. Kyle Martinson showing the way here on lap 9 of 125. Go back and watch this battle between Daniel Pope and Mike Hasty. Daniel Pope in that number 16 machine. Working inside, but man, you can definitely see that high line have a little bit of speed. A lot of tracks that we go to, the bottom is just extremely dominant. And I think the bottom will still be pretty good as the tires get a little heat in them. But it's good to see that you can kind of hang up there on the top side. So we can check back with Jason Warren. Got a new paint scheme tonight with Velocity Motorsports. Oh, as the 112 of Dale Mears goes around and Sam Wetsign collects him. And Logan Sturgeon, George Fernandez slow, and Jason Lottridge involved. And it looks like Josh Oswald was involved as well. It looks like Dale Mears just gets loose, and Sam gets him, and my goodness. Unfortunately for Josh Oswald, ends up on his roof. And, man, nobody would even get him, knock him over, get it back on 4 wheels. So he has to take a tow, and he is sitting on pit road. Man, that's tough. That's tough for Josh Oswald. Got somebody smoking up here. Who that is, but a little messy early on, but it's quite a few self spins. It's not really guys getting into each other. It's just guys just maybe setups just a little bit looser than maybe they would like. We already talked about the point standings. Coming into this race, A.J. Rogers with an 8-point lead over Josh Oswald. And, you know, that's going to be tough because I don't know what's going on here. Thomas Capuano stopped on the track. But, yeah, I mean, for Josh Oswald now sitting on the pits in 20th spot, A.J. Rogers running in second. That's going to be tough. 8 points away apart they were coming into the race, and not a good start for Josh Oswald. He's going to have some work to do. He's definitely not out of it just yet, but he's got a lot of ground to make up and points to make up if he's going to stay in this championship hunt. Right now, Kyle Martinson leads the way. A.J. Rogers in second. Rick Rube in third. Eric Tracy in fourth as pace car lights are off. Getting ready to go back green here. Still a long way to go. Under lap 16 of 125. Kyle gets a good jump there. Gets out to the nice lead. Is now A.J. Rogers having to fight off Eric Tracy here on the inside. They are 3 by 3 by 3. That doesn't even make sense. I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. Logan Sturgeon slow on the apron. He gets back up to speed, gets back on the track, maybe just letting the field go. Watch A.J. Rogers and Wilbur Vicky. You know, it looks like the high line is definitely not not that great. Maybe even on a restart as A.J. Rogers started second outside front row there on that restart and is now sitting in the 6th place. Let's watch Daniel Pope take over the 2nd spot. He sets his eyes on Kyle Martinson. Watching this battle for 3rd place, Dylan Bates trying to make a move here on Will Dravicki. Looks like he definitely feels like he's faster. Just trying to figure out a way to get a nose under him. See him try to get that run off the bottom there. Just not able to get it in time. Gets a little bit loose, loses a little bit of that grip. These guys are all over each other trying to make these passes. Daniel Pope goes for a pass and backs out of it the last second. That kind of opens the door. But great racing right now as we are on lap 28 of 125. We got a battle for the lead here. Seems like Kyle Martinson's driving in pretty hard. Daniel Pope kind of trying to get a better run off the corner. Seems to be decently successful at that. But Kyle is definitely in the entry in the middle, really, really strong. Coming up on the lap car of Jason Lottridge. As he gets up out of the way for the leaders. And check back here, Mike Hasty and Jason Warren. Really good racing up here as Dylan Bates going to the inside of Eric Tracy. It's right in front of them as Daniel Pope takes the lead. He was able to get that lead away from Kyle Martinson. So let's go back and see how that happened. We were watching other battles going on. Looks down the inside. Oh, Kyle actually gets into the wall there as Daniel was looking, and that opened the door just what he needed to get to the inside. Kyle fights really, really hard on the outside, able to stay with him there for a little bit, but the bottom line prevails, and Daniel Pope takes over the lead. And Kyle, though, coming back as Daniel goes a little bit wide off the corner. But Kyle not able to take advantage of it just yet. Doesn't get side by side with him as they are side by side for the lead. Kyle Martinson not willing to give that lead up to Daniel for too long, as now he's jumping back down to the inside, and Daniel gonna have to fight hard because now with all these cars lined up on the inside, that if Daniel does not fight and get this lead back, he could see himself being about 6th or 7th by the time this is done, and he is doing a great job out there. Almost cleared him that last straightaway, as 1 and 2 seems to be a little bit harder for the outside line, and he was able to get a good run here. Let's see if he can clear him, and he does. Wow, what a great job there. Knowing he had to fight for that position, that was a really, really good drive by Daniel Pope, as he's able to hold off Kyle Martinson for that lead. But Kyle fighting back, he's not going to quit. Man, this is great. Yeah, I love this. Daniel Pope would love to kind of set sail on the field, but man, I tell you what, Kyle Martinson is not going to let him get away, I don't think. Kyle just driving that car so hard. And I know there's other drivers on the track, but man, this is such a great battle for the lead. I hate to turn away. I've already missed the battle. Passed the lead already. Check in on Mike Hasty, last season's champion. He is currently running in the 7th place. He got AJ Rodgers right in front of him. AJ kind of got stuck on the outside on that last restart and has really not moved up much. Jason Warren right behind Mike in that 32 machine. Red, white, and blue. Sporting a little paint scheme tonight. I like it. These cars, as Jason Warren trying to maybe get an inside look on 72, gets a little bit loose. Oh, and these cars get together. Eric Tracy goes way up the track, going to lose a couple spots there in an instant as Dylan Bates and Will Dravicki get together. Able to hang on to it though. We stay green on lap 49. We're clicking them off at this point, and you love to see it. Oh, AJ Rodgers gets loose. Eric Tracy going to take advantage of that jump down to the inside. AJ going to fight back on the outside and see if he can hang on to it. These cars are awesome. Just with that big old wide tires, you can be really, really aggressive. You see guys using that to their advantage. You can really drive the car. The super late model, very, very touchy off the corner with the throttle. With the skinnier tires, these big fat tires, you can really gas on it and drive the heck out of it. You see what these guys are doing. Look at the hands moving in that 17 car as it moves off the corner. Really working that steering wheel. And I have found if you ain't doing that, you ain't fast. Let's go check up front with Daniel Pope. See him working that wheel. As he's also working on the gap to 2nd place, as he's got about a half a second as Thomas Capuano is wrecked on the front straightaway. Number 21. He goes around and we are under caution on lap 53. Gonna get that left front down on the apron. And that's all she wrote. Takes her around, brings out the caution. Give these guys a little breather. As I hate to say that though, because they were kind of getting spread out, so sort of calming down. We saw some really nice battles throughout the field. Actually got some people coming down pit road. That's surprising. Quite a few. Got Brandon Meyer, Ray Page, Thomas Capuano, George Fernandez, Jason Lottridge, all coming down pit road. It could be some damage that needed to be fixed. Some guys coming down and getting a faster pair. Some guys spending a little extra time to let them take the hammers at them. But we'll go through our field real quick as we are under our caution flag. Daniel Pope out front. Kyle Martinson in second place. Will Dravicki in third. Mike Hasty in fourth. Dylan Bates in fifth. Eric Tracy in sixth. AJ Rogers in seventh. Jason Warren in eighth. Rick Rube in ninth. Mike Steffen in 10th, last week's winner. Tyler Rice in 11th. Ray Page in 12th. Brandon Meyer 13th. Dale Mears in 14th. Thomas Capuano sitting on pit road in 15th. George Fernandez in 16th. Sam Wetstein 17th. Jason Lottridge 18th. Josh Oswald 19th. And Logan Sturgeon in 20th. So a couple guys that are a few laps down. That's why it seemed like they're in a weird order. Some guys need some help to get back on the lead lap. But it's good to see that as we get close to halfway, all 20 cars still driving. Still rolling. But getting ready to go back green. Daniel Pope going to lead us down. Kyle Martinson on the outside. Daniel gets a great restart there. Kyle going to follow right behind him as Will maybe looks to the inside, but not quite there. Going to be fighting off the 72 of Mike Hasty as they kind of bob around. Oh, my goodness. You can see how loose some of these guys are as Dylan Bates gets really, really close to Hasty. Hasty a little bit out of the groove. A little scary. You don't want to get those right side tires up into that wall. It'll just climb up the wall, and you'll likely be caught up in somebody. The other drivers be pretty much barreling into you. So. And we got a great battle up front. Battle for second, third, and fourth has been a really, really good one. Daniel able to get out in the lead, had about a half a second as Will gives the 07 a little bump there in the middle of the corner. Maybe see if he can get him up out of the groove. Maybe he can take a shot at Daniel Pope. Kyle started to fade just a little bit, not too bad though, about half a second when the caution came out. Daniel was definitely setting a really nice pace. Right now, the fastest lap of the race is held by Eric Tracy at 15.57. Right now, they're running at 15.7, so there's a little bit of tire fall off here. Let's go check back here, see if we can find some battles. They're kind of single file as we look at Brandon Meyer, Tyler Rice, and Ray Page. This is a battle for 11th. It's hard to have a big Frig league without showing the big Frig car at least once, twice. These guys have dropped back just a little bit, but I tell you what, from first all the way to ninth right here, it is just a lot of racing. Guys are all over top of each other. Mike Hasty going to the inside of Will Dravicki as we'll actually go and see that pass. Del Mears apparently goes off track. He is on the apron. He's back on track. And Jason Lottridge is around. Oh, my goodness. And George Fernandez, Jason Lottridge, and Sam Wetstein go around, and caution is out again. As let's go back and see what happened to Jason. He's on the outside looking to maybe make a pass on. We see Del Mears go get loose, go down the apron. We already saw that. And then right in front, oh my goodness, gets loose and just kills the inside wall. And fortunately, Sam Wetstein, nowhere to go. It's a really hard hit, though, for Jason Lottridge. goodness. Not really sure what happened there. That was crazy. They're slowing down for caution as they're on board Will Dravicki. It looks like, oh my goodness, George Fernandez backs down in front of the field and collects the 67 of Eric Tracy. And, oh man, that's a tough deal there. That was under caution. I was wondering what was going on, why everything was lighting up. And, so definitely frustrating if you're those drivers. That's why it's always good to have a relative box up so you can see who's coming and when. Hopefully everybody can get lined up as the lights are off on the pace car. Daniel Pope, Kyle Martinson, been sort of the class of the field so far. Got some new players. Jason Warren up on the top side there in that 32 machine. And Dylan Bates has been extremely fast all night, been making moves on guys. Car seems to be working really well as that little incident kind of took out some of the front runners. Daniel Pope going to get a nice start. That leaves Dylan Bates and Kyle Martinson side by side for second place, which would be music to Daniel's ears as Kyle is going to fight back on the outside a little bit. And let's see if he can hold on to it, but it looks like Dylan Bates is going to take over the second place. It gets right to the bumper of Daniel Pope. Pope started in 8th place, drove all the way to the front, took the lead, and Kyle Martinson gets into the wall. And Dylan Bates started in 6th and has slowly but methodically made his way up to the front. Kyle Martinson started on pole, still definitely in the battle for the lead, but Jason Warren has joined and he is looking to, as he gets really wide off the corner, a little bit scary there. Let's see if Jason Warren has anything for Kyle Martinson here. Jason making me real nervous with that exit off of turn 4 with a really wide exit. I don't know if that's intentional as we go on board with it. We'll see if we can watch and see what if he's meaning to do that or what. Yeah, definitely looks intentional. Kind of slowed him up just a little bit there, but it's a better exit that time. So I don't know. Maybe it was just getting on the throttle a little bit too early. I don't know. I saw him a couple times get really wide there on exit. Back up front, though, Dylan Bates not letting that 16 get away. Oh, and caution is out on the speedway. It looks like Brandon Meyer has crashed. And you see that left rear tire all pushed in. Let's go back and see what happened to him as we were watching that battle for the lead. See him getting a little bit loose there, trying to track down Ray Page. Comes up off the corner. Oh, and he climbs the wall like I talked about that earlier. Oh, my goodness. Catches Will Dravicki. And for some reason, Thomas Capuano, Logan Sturgeon, Thomas was facing the wrong way as he scooted on by. Let's go back and see what happened to him. As he may have just tried to get on the brakes there to miss that wreck. Oh, he's trying to go inside of Dale Mears. Gets off the gas. Tyler Rice gets into the back end, and Logan Sturgeon with nowhere to go. And we are under caution again. Top four really hasn't changed since the last restart. Rick Rube in that 5th place. Mike Steffen said he was going to just hang around, stay out of trouble, and be there for the last 20 laps. So far, so good, as he's sitting in 6th place with Ray Page right behind him in 7th. But we are getting down to the end of this race. We've had some really nice green flag runs. Seen some really good battles, especially for the lead so far. And this race is flying by, as we only have 35 laps to go as we come around to take lap 90 of 125. All right, lights out on the pace car. Daniel Pope, Dylan Bates, side by side with this restart. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. It's time to go. If you've been waiting around, if you're Mike Steffen, you've been waiting for the last 20 laps. It's time to go. And Steffen actually gets a really bad restart there. Is going to fall into the clutches of Ray Page and Dravicki on the outside. Oh, Jason Warren gets a little bit of the wall. I see the sparks fly, able to get back down to the bottom side. And Kyle Martinson has moved himself back up into 2nd place. But Dylan Bates not willing to just to hang out. As he jumps down to the inside. Going to take 2nd back. Oh, as they get really close. I wish I could show all the battles, as there's so many going on right now. But going to hold here on 2nd place. This has been some of the best racing on the track all night long. You see just a cluster of cars back there as we try to see if this 2nd place is going to get settled anytime soon. Daniel Pope, though, loving it as he's going to run. Oh, Thomas Capuano goes around. Big crash. Looks like Dale Mears on his roof, and Brandon Meyer involved in another wreck. He has been involved in so many tonight. Going board with Thomas in the 021. And, oh, Dale Mears. Oh, man, that's tough. You're going to see the 112 right in front of him. Going to get that apron and start to lose it, and then catch that wall and bounce him right back up into Thomas. Tyler Rice, nowhere to go. As Dale Mears along for the ride after that. Brandon Meyer just trying to avoid everything, kind of spins out. So a tough night for Brandon Meyer, Thomas Capuano, Tyler Rice. A couple of those drivers, trouble seems to be seeking them out take a little bit of time and thank Big Frig. If you need a cooler for the summer, it's starting to get hot. June is just right around the corner. You gotta keep those. If you work out in the workplaces, Daniel Pope hits the inside wall there. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but gives a little wall slap there. But you know, if you're out there in the workforce, you work outside, you need to have water, and there's nothing better to keep it cool than a Big Frig cooler. If you work in the office, get one of their Ramblers. Go check them out, Big Frig. I won't think Killing Time, and I'll be honest, I don't know what Killing Time does. It's got a picture of a deer, so I'm assuming some sort of hunting apparel. It's a great question, though. And we're getting the 1 to go signal. So we will go green with 25 laps to go. Will we stay green the whole way? I think we all know the answer to that. But, man, I tell you what, the battle up front is going to be worth watching. As, you know, it seems like whoever's leading with 25 laps to go, maybe sometimes even the top 5 with 25 laps to go is not the same by the time the race is over with. But the pace car pulls off. Daniel Pope, control the restart, gets a nice jump, and able to get about 2.5 tenths on that restart. As, wow, these two drivers all over the back bumper. Something happened to Daniel Pope on that last turn, and he almost got swallowed up by both drivers. They are all over the back end. Three-way battle for the lead. Tires a little bit cool, so you see Kyle Martinson trying to make that top side work, and he's doing a great job. Oh, Kyle Martinson's going to get a little bump there from Dylan, going to get to the wall. They're able to hang on to it. Jason Warren able to stay off of the 07 machine. What a great save by everybody there. That could have been disastrous, although Mike Hasty goes around along with Tyler Rice as caution does come out. So we'll take a breath, and we'll see what happened to Mike Hasty. Kinder Farmer Ranch Record Rewind, that kind of a accordion effect after all that. Everybody's kind of trying to dodge that wreck, and Hasty gets that left front on the apron and goes around to bring out, I don't know, 5th or 6th caution at this point. But that was a pretty crazy restart. We'll go back and watch that from Daniel Pope's view, as we kind of see what I'll try to watch to see what happened to him. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just didn't get into the gas soon enough, or was just maybe taking it a little bit too easy, and those two drivers really trying to fight for that second place position. But they were all over the back end of Daniel. I thought something had happened to him. And we see that little bump there that puts Kyle Martinson in the wall. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage, because I would love to see this battle continue all the way until the end of the race. 19 laps to go. We get the 1 to green signal. Not a lot of time to get this win. If you're sitting here in the top 5, you got a pretty good shot at it, but Daniel takes the lead early and has really been dominant ever since. We saw there on that restart, those two able to get to his back bumper. As green flag is out, Daniel gets a nice jump, but it is getting tight back here as everybody's pushing the gas a little bit sooner, giving a little bit less, as Dylan Bates almost able to clear Kyle, but not just yet. Let's see if he can clear him here. Oh, he's going to get a little bit wide there, but man, what a great run off the corner. Going to jump down in front of Kyle Martinson and set his sights on the leader as they try to run down Daniel Pope again. Dylan Bates looks fast and racy. He's really using a lot of the track. You see him get dangerously close to that wall. Doesn't seem to be scared of it at all. Oh, Kyle Martinson was going to look down to the inside. Gets a little bit loose. Josh Oswald has crashed. But we stay here on the lead as the battle for the lead has been just nonstop all race long. And it hasn't changed with 15 laps to go. As you see Dylan Bates get to the back bumper of the 16. Trying to find a way to get to the inside of the 16 of Daniel Pope. Dylan looks really good in 3 and 4. Daniel Pope pretty good in 1 and 2. Definitely see Dylan. Oh, Daniel is sliding off the corner, but able to keep the speed up. And Dylan Bates is there, man. He is all over the back bumper of the 16. As we get down to 12 laps to go. Dylan Bates, a man on the mission. You know, I don't know how much these guys know each other. How hard are they willing to race for the win? A lot of times, if the guys don't know each other, they don't mind. Whoa, Dylan's going to get a little bit loose as Daniel Pope gets a little bit loose there, and I think maybe Dylan had to check up just a little bit. So now Kyle Martinson has a chance to get down to the inside. He does. He looks down in there, backs out at the last second, though. Sort of cuts Dylan a break there as, man, Daniel Pope loves to see that, as that gives him a lot of breathing room with 9 laps to go. And Dylan Bates going to have to dig down deep, hoping that he was much faster and get back to that back bumper as he is running out of time on what has been a fantastic race for the lead. Looks like that slide really hurt Dylan's ability to be able to get back on the gas a little bit, as Kyle really putting a lot of pressure on him right now. As last time by, Daniel Pope had the fastest lap, but Dylan actually had the fastest lap this time by, and yellow flag is out. Mike Hasty goes around, and boy, we're going to get a green-white checker tonight. Let's go back and see what happened to Mike Hasty. Gets that left front on the apron. We've seen it happen a lot tonight. Really not a defined apron there. So the line, kind of watch him go around the track. We'll kind of look and see what that looks like. You see the line, the apron line kind of disappears there. So there's, you can definitely see there's a dark area and a light area. But if you flirt with it too much, we've already seen so far that will upset that car quite a bit. And just the car just goes around. He was lucky he didn't get into the inside wall like a lot of them have. But you see right here, you see how that line goes all the way around, kind of gives you a indication of where that is, where in 3 and 4 it doesn't have that. So a lot of guys flirting with that apron have already gotten bitten. Well, we got a couple green-white checkers to settle this thing out. We'll do the first one as always. You'll get the green flag, come around. If you get the white flag, we will finish the race at that point. If there is a caution before the white flag, we will get them all set back up and we'll do it again. And we will crown a winner here at 5 flags. Well, all right. You see that yourself, the lights are off on the pace car. Who is going to take home the win? Daniel Pope looking strong, but Dylan Bates, Kyle Martinson, man, have been extremely fast. They are all still in this thing. And who's going to get the bumper? Who's going to maybe push the car a little bit too far? Who knows what's going to happen? You know Daniel's going to get a good restart, and he does. And Kyle Martinson going to try to keep it to the inside. Oh, he actually gets a little bit loose, and that's going to give second place all the way to Dylan Bates. So he's going to set his sights on the 16. Does he have anything left? As they go down into 3 and 4, they're going to come out and take the white flag. Final lap for Daniel Pope. Is Dylan Bates going to have anything? He said closes up a little bit there. This is his last chance if he's going to have a chance to get the win. I said chance twice, but coming out of 3 and 4, what a fantastic race. Daniel Pope going to take home the checkered flag. Dylan Bates and Kyle Martinson round out the podium. What a finish. Will Dravicki recovers and finishes in 4th place, and we'll go ahead and hit the results right now. And we'll go over it. Will Dravicki 4th. Mike Steffen with a fantastic finish in 5th. Good points day for him. Rick Rube finishes 6th. Jason Warren 7th. AJ Rogers 8th. Brandon Meyer at 9th. Eric Tracy 10th. 11th. Josh Oswald 12th. Mike Hasty 13th. Tyler Rice 14th. George Fernandez. And then we got a few drivers that were involved in a few incidents. Ray Page in 15th. Thomas Capuano 16th. Dale Mears 17th, Logan Sturgeon 18th, Sam Wetsign 19th, and Jason Lottridge bringing up the rear of the field. So congratulations to everybody. That was a fantastic race, a lot of fun. Congratulations to Daniel Pope taking home the win. And let's see if anybody is around for some interviews. I don't know if these guys actually join Discord, and it doesn't look like they are, so I don't see Dylan Bates in here. Looks like they're starting to hop in now. There's Dylan Bates and Kyle Martinson. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk to these drivers and see what they thought about the race. We'll start with 3rd place, Kyle Martinson. Hey, Kyle, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
What's up, man?
Man, you are, man. That was a fantastic race. A lot of fun. Y'all up front, the top 3, you guys are super clean, putting on a hell of a show. I mean, what was it like from your point of view?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I felt like if I was going to lead any more of that race early on in the race, I was just going to wreck the whole field. So I'm kind of glad Pope got by me because he was willing the hell of it, and he just goes to show you how much a wheelman he is.
Well, it's really cool to see you guys race as hard as you were, but able to keep it clean. I mean, you and Dylan Bates fought like hell for second place. It seemed like forever. Um, it seemed like the bottom line was pretty strong, but here at Five Flags, it seemed like the top line you could really make it work if you kind of put a little bit more foot in it. What was it like for you trying to work the top side versus the bottom?
It felt really good for like first couple laps at the restart, but then I felt it kind of went away for a little bit. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It was digging up there at times.
Well, all right, man. Well, thank you for coming in and chatting with us. Any sponsors, any shout outs, anything like that?
Yeah, well, first gotta give a shout out to you, Eddie, for always putting on an awesome broadcast. All my teammates, SBM, Shot Guy, and of course Kent Hunley for putting this set together. It was a rocket.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Third place, Kyle Martinson. I love it. Straight to the point. My kind of guy, Dylan Bates. Let's talk to him. Dylan is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
Well, Dylan, man, god dang, man, what a great show y'all put on. A lot of fun. You guys are super clean up front, racing your guts out. Man, I felt like you had something for Daniel, but both of you looked like you kind of both slid there with a few laps to go, and you kind of fell all the way back. Had a shot there on that green-white checkered, just not enough time maybe to get back up there. Tell me about your race, man. How'd it go?
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. I think if we could have qualified a little better, we would have had a better chance to the win there. The car was it was handling kind of weird for me. Anytime that I'd look underneath Daniel or really anybody for that matter, like next to Will earlier in the race, they would just want to break free. So it was really hard to be in any sort of clean air, like getting the nose out from behind somebody. The car really wanted to be behind somebody to stay neutral and stay into the racetrack. So it was really hard to drive, but it made it really fun. And that was probably one of the most fun races I've had in a long time on iRacing. We all ran and swapped positions so much and side by side. I think the green white checkered. I don't know. I don't think I could have passed Daniel, honestly. I was kind of beating the chip out of the car and didn't really have enough momentum to pull up alongside of him. It seemed like he could get loose and still be able to pull away from me. So it was real tough with us both being on the same setup.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell y'all, all three of y'all that finished in the top three, what a fun race that was. I could not turn the camera off. I like to show a lot of other people, maybe show a lot of people in the field, and I never could turn away. You guys you're putting on a hell of a show. So, I mean, congratulations on second place, though. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for putting on a great race. It was a lot of fun to sit here and watch. Watching some guys who really know how to drive get out there and swap it up and not wreck. That's always good to be able to get side by side race as hard as you guys were and keep it together. So congratulations on second place. As always, you have any sponsors or any shout outs, anybody you want to holler out on the broadcast?
Oh yeah, man, all the guys back at 1691 and Superior Motorsports, all the guys building these setups, and of course Kent Huntley and all them guys. So Daniel Pope, couldn't do it without all them.
All right, man. Well, we will hopefully be talking to you next week.
Thanks, man.
Well, all right, let's bring in our winner. Daniel Pope is sitting in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Well, Daniel, it's good to talk to you. I knew your name. I remember back in the day, and you may maybe not want me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. A former DWC driver from back in the day. Pretty cool to see you racing in Thunderstruck tonight and put on a hell of a show. Come from 8th place and finish first. And I told the other two, man, y'all battled like hell all race long, and it was a lot of fun. Kind of talk about your race and how it went for you.
Yeah, you're going back in the archives here. DWC driver back in 2011, 2012, 2013 range. It means I'm old, is what you're saying. But
I used to race with you. Actually in the Pro Series. I remember it way back in the day. I knew that name, and I was like, man, how do I? That name is very specific. I got to know that guy, and I went back and looked. I was like, oh yeah, I used to race against him. So.
Yeah, awesome. I'm a little older and a little slower, but.
Not tonight.
Tend to have a little bit of racecraft. The race was a lot of fun. We had a good car. I was fastest in practice, and I felt like I had a decent shot at it. And went out for qualifying and got really, really loose and had to bail out on my qualifying lap. And I was a little concerned about starting 8th. I didn't know how it was going to go. This is only my second ever time running a tour mod, so I didn't really know what to expect, and then it just all kind of settled out, and the car was phenomenal from the drop of the green flag. I couldn't ask for a better race car than what I had. The guys over at Shockeye 12 and Kent Huntley, they made a rocket, and it just made it easy for me.
Well, tell me, I mean, you and Dylan Bates kind of on the same setup. A lot of guys using very similar setups. I mean, what do you think that you were able to do that the other guys couldn't? I mean, Dylan got to your back bumper a couple times, but we were actually watching on board as he was, slip sliding all over the place. But it seemed like you could slide a four-wheel slide through the center of the corner and come out and not really miss a beat. What do you think you were doing a little bit better that you were able to hang on to that lead?
I think it was just track position. I think if the roles were reversed, I don't know if I could have passed Dylan. It would have been kind of the same boat he was in, where it was going to force a mistake. I kind of figured out with the car getting out front, it would get looser. So I had to start like driving in straight and then letting it slide in the center. And some of the guys in the back, especially or behind me, especially Dylan, they're trying to make a pass, so they're doing these high arcing moves to try to get a run off the corner, and it seemed to make them looser and looser and looser. So I really think track position played probably the biggest role in staying in front of Dylan there.
Well, you're full of shit because you came back from 8th place. That's not very good track position. You were able to do it better than anybody. So you were doing a great job, man. But it was, dude, it was so much fun watching you, Dylan, and Kyle battle it out, man. That was a lot of fun. One of the best races that I've seen up front all season long. So thank you for putting on a good show, man. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys just race it out. Like I told them, side by side, maybe a little touch here and there, and able to keep it together and just really battle. So a lot of fun to watch. So congratulations on the win. Who do you want to thank? Any sponsor shout outs? Anybody you want to holler out?
I want to shout out again to Kent Hunley, the Shockeye 12 racing team. They build these sets for these mods. This is not really my wheelhouse, so I have to lean pretty heavily on them, and they provide Superior Motorsports with a phenomenal car every week, and these guys seem to run great, and I got to thank those guys. They make it happen.
All right, Daniel. Well, congratulations on the win. In your second or third tour mod race ever. Seemed like you're going to be all right in them, man. So congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thanks, man. I'm having a blast, so I'll probably be here.
Awesome, man. Well, there you have it. The winner, Daniel Pope II, takes home the victory here at Five Flags. I mean, just a fantastic race. I can't say it enough. I mean, I really shouldn't sound surprised at Thunderstruck, but you just never know what you're going to get with 20 guys, especially guys who are extremely competitive as these are at a short track. You just never know what you're going to get. You may get a whole lot of cautions. We had a fair share, but there were some good green flag runs, and man, just can't say enough about the racing up front. You just didn't know who was going to come away with that one as they were just kind of going back and forth. But Daniel able to come up from 8th place, take the lead, and never really gave it back up. So congratulations to him and everybody else in the field. Thank you for all the race control. Aaron Ward, I want to say Garrett Kinder was doing race control as well, maybe Aaron Johnson. So always want to thank race control. They really help out and keep things going if you're in the race, it's really hard to try to admin from that. So always good to have those folks. And then want to thank Josh Oswald for putting this series on, and every other admin that contributes. It's just a lot of fun. They'll be in the Super Lates tomorrow night and on Intensity. So come on by, check that out at Intensity Broadcasting. And I'm Eddie with Rebel Racing Network. And heck, we'll see you next week. Cannot wait. 3 more races to go. I think we're at Bristol next week. That'll be a lot of fun as we get ready to close this one out. The points leader coming into the night was AJ Rogers. And Josh Oswald, want to shout him out as he was on his roof. Had to get a tow there at the beginning of the race. Was able to recover and get a 11th place. 3 spots behind AJ Rogers. So AJ going to extend that lead a little bit, but Oswald with a great run to try to recover and not hemorrhage too many points. So congratulations to him. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week, and thank y'all for watching.